Hello, I just got back from a week in France, which was incredible. One of my goals this year was to get out of town in that period in late spring when you're just craving warmth and springtime and flowers. So we did it, and it was amazing. Everything was just inspiring there. The architecture, the food, the people were so warm and kind and lovely. And we also went to Monet's garden, which I'll probably share some of that here if you're interested in that. It was just incredible. And I have come back with so many ideas of what I want to do in the garden. I'm so incredibly inspired. So I have just been chomping at the bit to get back out there. And my plan was today to go out in the garden and do some gardening with you. Then this little sprinkling of snow that we were supposed to get became the worst blizzard of the year. I'd be lying if I said that didn't put a damper on my spirits. I was gutted to see all of the new flowers covered with snow again. And I was super tempted to just take a snow day, cuddle up with Georgie on the couch. What do you think? But I know that I'll feel better if I do something. And you gotta start somewhere. So while this snow melts, I thought maybe we could do some gardening on the inside of the cottage today. And something that always fills me with hope and joy is starting seeds. So let's start some seeds. Let's start some dahlias. Let's start there, okay? We're gonna do some stuff today to pull ourselves out of this mood. Yeah, Georgie, what do you think? Oh no, she's stuck under the table. Let's go rescue her.
Georgie, did you get stuck? Oh, no. Oh, careful. Hey, lady, let me come get you. Hi, sweet bug. Oh, you want to cuddle? Hey, sweet lady. Oh, my goodness. Look at your scruffy little face. Your mama, good girl. Do you want to get some seeds started? Do you want to start some seeds today? Yeah? Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's first get you a treat. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Oh, goodness. Okay.
So I give Georgie these soft and chewy peanut butter and banana dog treats because she's a little bit more mature lady, and they're soft and they're actually really, really good. Minimal ingredients, yeah. But if you're looking for treats for a more mature dog who has sensitive teeth, these are pretty good.
Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama, good girl. Sit. That's it. Good job. You didn't even chew it. You just swallowed it whole. Good job, Georgie. What a good girl. Let's get started.
So one of the most sort of intensive parts of doing the seeds and any of these kinds of projects is just sort of setting up your space, I find. So I'm going to go around and collect everything that we need, and then I'm going to find a nice place that we can just kind of hang out and start these seeds together. But let me show you what kind of supplies and tools I use. I'm going to begin by grabbing this apron, putting this on. I like wearing an apron when I'm gardening, and a lot of times when I'm doing just any kind of house chores, because they have pockets in them, and it makes it so easy just to kind of get things done when you have easy storage. And yeah, and it's not like something that's creating like constraining you or whatever. Okay, so first things first are seed trays, something to put our soil and our seeds in. These are compostable seed trays. I used these last year and I recycled them from last year. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't love them. I don't know that I found a kind of compostable seed tray or little seed pot that I love yet. so I won't share them probably with you. But I do always think it's nice to do something compostable or recycling old plant pots and stuff like that. That's what I like to do a lot as well. The first place I always check is my recycling for things like, berry containers or mushroom containers, things like that, that have holes in them or that you can easily put holes into, just so you're sort of limiting the amount that's going out. And that's just an easy place to kind of shop around in the trash for things that are going to help out. I think gardening is all about being resourceful. And it's a really fun way of doing it, is just seeing what you have and trying to use that. I'm pointing over here because this is where we have like our compost down in the basement, and we put our recycling over there. And so I check to see if we have any toilet paper rolls, but because we've been out of town, we don't have any right now. But that's what I love to use, especially for starting any sweet peas. Sweet peas are fantastic, and I do think we're going to start some sweet peas, but we're going to be doing them in these cocoa fiber pots because they're super easy to start, but they have really long tap roots. So toilet paper rolls are perfect for those. Also, because they're biodegradable, you can just plant the whole toilet paper roll straight out in the ground, and that way you don't have to disturb their roots at all, which they're a little bit sensitive to that, although I've never had an issue with that. But so we're going to start some sweet peas in here. I'm just going to be using a really loose seed starting mix, but I usually get a brick of cocoa coir, and that's fantastic. However, our local place didn't have any bricks of that in, and I didn't order any in advance, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and get started with some seeds. I've already started a few seeds. I started them back at the end of January. So I did a bunch of foxgloves and lettuces and pansies and violas and all different kinds of things. So I'm really excited about how well those are doing. So I'm going to look through. I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit indecisive now, but I'm going to look through, I'm going to make some decisions about what I'm going to be planting today, right here with you. And then I'll just go ahead and jump into it, because I don't know why, but for some reason right now, I'm just feeling very like, the starting has been the hardest part about this. I feel like I'm procrastinating. So maybe that just means that I need to kind of give over to that and just say, all right, I'm going to take my time making these decisions. But then we'll get started. What you're probably going to see is a little time lapse or a montage. Hi, sweet baby. What do you need? Oh, are you curious about what's going on up here? What do you think? Interesting. You're a good girl, huh? Okay, I've decided to begin with this swamp milkweed seed from Eden Brothers. This is Carmen, the variety. And milkweed prefers to be direct sown, but we have a hard time direct sowing our seeds here because our season is so short and it warms up so much later in the year. So I'm going to start them in these, hoping that I can just very easily either cut them with a knife. I'm going to plant them straight out with a little bit of water so that they biodegrade. We'll see. Or I might plant some of them directly out and some of them in here, but milkweed is fantastic for monarch butterflies. I think they're the only plant that monarch butterflies lay their eggs on. So that's great. And our buddleia that we transplanted last year onto the hill has, by the end of the season, it was attracting monarch butterflies. So I think that area there is going to be perfect for this. It grows 40 inches tall, 15 to 18 inch spread, planting 1/4 of an inch deep. You can start indoors or direct sow, but it is recommended to start outside, and they bloom summer to fall. So they need a cold stratification period. We didn't do that. I might have to pop these in the freezer. All right, just kidding, we'll pop these in the freezer. It's going well. Okay, we're back to square one. Let me keep thinking. These are so lovely. I love Canterbury bells. So instead we're going to start these Canterbury bells or cup and saucers. So this one is just the mixed colors Canterbury bells. These are biennial really. So similar to foxgloves, you plant them one year, they establish their roots, and then the following year they bloom. We had them blooming last year after planting them the year before, and they were so gorgeous. They definitely need to be staked here, especially in the position that I put them last year. But I love them, and so we won't get these blooms this year, but we will get a few that we planted last year, this year, and these will be prepped for the following year, so 2025. I think these are just so romantic. I think they're just such a whimsical sort of flower. They definitely feel very cottage garden to me. And yeah, I'm really, really excited to get these going. And when you do something like a biennial, for some reason, it does definitely feel like that delayed gratification is like, it feels like you're doing something really good for your future self. Sowing any kind of seeds feels like that. Like I said, it's a great way to sort of foster hope. Anytime you're planting seeds, it's a very hopeful act, you know? And that's especially true of any of these biennials. I'm gonna be doing a big spring clean here, so I think it's okay that I'm doing the kitchen all dirty. I'm gonna put them in my hand first, and then just sprinkle a few because they're older seeds. I'm gonna sprinkle a few per cell. Usually when it says that they barely need any covering, it's because they need light to germinate. So you can put a little bit of vermiculite on top. I'm just going to kind of push them into the soil here. And then I'll probably put some vermiculite just so that the seeds themselves stay evenly moist and the top layer of the soil doesn't dry out. And that'll still let enough light into the seed. Okay, Canterbury bells. I'm going to lightly water these and then put them in a tray. And now I'm probably just going to let you watch this through. Maybe you can plant some seeds along with me here. Now I'm going to move on to sweet peas. Sweet peas don't grow amazingly well here for us. The first year they didn't bloom until like October, and then last year they were really late in the season and they got really bad bout of aphids. So I think that this year we're going to try a few new things. We're going to really fill the hole with a lot of really delicious compost for them. We're going to keep them well watered and then top up the fertilizer pretty regularly. So I'm going to start in this cocoa fiber pot, same seed starting mix, and I'm going to put 3 per container. And then I think when I plant them out, what I might do, because I love using toilet paper rolls, I wish I had a few extras. I might just cut an X in the bottom and just sort of open it up so that they can just stay in this pot and let it biodegrade naturally and let their roots just kind of go out. We'll see how this works. I'm going to begin with the early flowering of mixed colors. I really like this blend. I planted this in my garden in Northern California, and they did so well. So these seeds are quite old, and I need to use them up anyway. There they are. Let me show you the rest of what I have over here. This is a beautiful calathea prayer plant. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And the leaves are so velvety. This is a houseplant, but the care for these is they like to be misted regularly, and they only like purified water. We have really hard water here, so they don't like that. So only purified water for these. This one was a little bit damaged at the garden center, but the leaves are just so velvety, soft, and beautiful. So here we have our foxgloves. And like I said, I just pot everything, like all of the seedlings that I have here that we just planted, I will pot these up into recycled plant pots. So I've probably had these pots for a few years now, and I just use them for potting up and things like that. I was told that the stems of the foxgloves, the dark ones will be, so this will be purple, and then this will be an alba. This will be white, purple, and white. So I'm guessing this is a mix. I have a little lettuce tucked in here. And then look at these hollyhocks. These are doing so well. They had, my husband built me these little shelves, and they're adjustable. So he put little things on the side, so as they grow, you could kind of move them up. But we had moved them from here to here, and then we went out of town and someone was caring for them, but then they grew way quicker than I thought. So then we didn't put it up here quickly enough. So a few of them got a little wonky, but that's okay. They're doing so well. I'm so excited about these hollyhocks. I think they're gonna be incredible. And this one is the Indian Spring Mix. Yeah. This is the Hollyhock Indian Spring Mix. So I'm really excited about putting this. We're gonna do a little white picket fence, so I'm excited about putting those there. Look at this. This is the red velvet lettuce that I talked about. Excuse me, sir. Isn't that a stunner? And so I just ringed it with pansies, and when I first planted it, it was like the lettuce was tiny and the pansies were bigger, and now it's just the totally other way around. Excuse me, violas. This is like. And so I have a bunch of those ones, and then more of these violas. I think they're so pretty. I can't wait for those to continue to bloom, but look at these. I need to move these, but I have some more foxgloves here. And more foxgloves there. Oh, I need to move those, okay. Now I'm going to start our dahlia tubers. So I have a few tubers from last year. Basically, I'm, like I said, in a zone 5 growing zone. And so it's too cold for the dahlias to overwinter here. Zone 5 gets down to -20. We have gotten down to -22. So dahlias will not overwinter here. Plus it's very, very wet here. There's either snow or sleet or rain. Basically for 7 months. There's no chance the dahlias are gonna overwinter here. What I like to do is dig up the dahlia tubers and I store them in vermiculite. And then around this time of year, March, April time, because it's a lot colder, we're doing it a little bit later. But we're gonna start the tubers, we're gonna kind of go through them and then, divide them. And then we're gonna plant them in a low dish. I couldn't find a low tray to use, but a lot of the times I'll just use a tray that doesn't even have a drain hole for that. Put a little bit of soil or like a seed starting mix in there, and then put the tubers on the side, just laying them flat on their sides with the eye facing up and barely covering the tubers at all. So that's kind of a nice way to do it.
Yesterday, see, most of the tubers look so great.
We're just wetting them down. And they've been in a cool, dark place all winter. So hopefully this just kind of gives them the hint that like, it's time to grow. Okay, I think that might be good for our seed starting and dahlia tubers for now. I think I'm gonna clean up in the kitchen. I might do just like a quick blitz of everything. So I'll do a quick clean of the kitchen, I'll clean the living room, and then I think I might do a few other little things with you. But first, let's take Georgie outside, and that way you can also see what the weather is like. Careful, careful, careful. There we go. So in the storm, all of this moved all around. All of this flew everywhere, so we'll just have to really clean this up. Our octopod fell over. But it's still snowing. I don't know if you can see that. So it is melting quite quickly, which is really exciting. And I think I'll show you some of the crocuses. The crocuses have just been incredible. The second sort of succession of them has come up. So now we're looking at a lot of the Dutch crocuses instead of those early, really tiny ones. Let me show you. You okay, George? George, what are you doing? Where are you climbing, baby? What are you looking for? I love all this moss. It's so pretty. Careful. So you can't really tell from here, but this is really steep. Careful, Mama. Like it's sort of straight down. Georgie, come here, baby. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. That's it. Isn't that crazy? Seeing the iris reticulata with snow all over it. There are the crocuses. There's lots, if you can see, all along here. But I want to show you these ones on the hill. Aren't those so sweet? And there's so many more than last year here. Daffodils. This is our buddleia. So many crocuses. Tulips and daffodils. I think this will be really pretty. And then more crocuses there. But yeah, it's just looking really pretty. Very cheerful. Here's our hellebore way down by the snow. Aren't those pretty? And this one, I don't know if this one even bloomed yet. Oh yeah, there's one down there. A little blue bud and a little bud here. Daffodils are about to bloom. Look at all of these iris reticulata. It's like a deep purple. I don't like these as much as the blues, but they were still really, really pretty. And the Chiandoxa is just starting to bloom. How exciting. Look at that. Oh, it's much more lilac-y. So this is more of like a blue. And then this is more of like a lilac, but it looks more blue on the screen. Okay. So let's clean up and then we'll get to something else. these are a bunch of prints that we got in Paris. I thought these would be really nice in the kitchen or something. Love a giraffe. My brother does a lot of mushroom foraging, so I thought maybe I would give that to him. But he probably knows all of these, and these are all in French, so I think that'll be pretty useless to him, but he might think it's kind of cool. I don't know. I like it too. I freaking love mushrooms. As you'll see, look at that cute little guy. I keep that on the mantle. So earlier when I was at the grocery store, I picked up these, and they were all in separate little bunches, but I thought these would be really nice together. This one has some protea in it, and it's just like a greens blend with some ferns, some little white berries, some mums. I thought because it just started, like the snow just kind of picked up and doesn't look like we're gonna be able to get outside anytime soon, I think that what we'll probably do is just listen to some music maybe together and, hey George, and do a little flower arranging. You know what might be really pretty is to see if we can go find, this one has like a very deep red kind of color to it. So maybe we could grab some of our red twig dogwoods that we trimmed the other day. It might also be nice to do some birch branches. We have a bunch of river birch on our property, and that might be nice with that. Let's go outside.
Hi, baby George. How you doing?
You're so excited.
How you doing, George? Good girl.
So I'm gonna try and find some twigs to do this arrangement with. Here are the red twigs. Let's see, can I give you these to hold?
Yep.
And then, like these little tendrils are really cool.
Might be some over.
It might be kind of fun to get some with the lichen on it. Ooh,
Ooh, yeah. Careful.
like that one there. I'll just break that off. What's another good shape? Let's see. Down at the base? Maybe. Gosh, that lichen is such a pretty color.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it? Let's get that one for good measure. Okay. I think that's good. So yeah, we had this horrible blizzard, and it looks like we've lost 1, 2, 3 trees. Yeah, that's the one that was hanging on there, do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Because the birch is straight up. What do you think?
That's what I was hoping for. Doesn't look like it, though.
Okay. Okay, so here are all of my supplies, or everything I've gathered. This, that has a lot of lichen on it. I think that'll be really pretty. All of the flowers and things. The vase with the food inside, and some of the red twigs. Some scissors. Yeah, let's see what we can make here. So yeah, as you saw, it's snowing. It even picked up since we've gotten inside. So I just want to bring some garden inside. And I think this will lift my spirits as well. So let's begin with these bigger branches. That might be too big, but let's give that a shot. Let's tuck those like that. We'll put in a few of these red twigs. Thank you so much for all of your comments on my last video. That was so much fun reading through all of your recommendations. I absolutely love that. And one of you suggested Dainty Diaries, I think it was, which, what a lovely channel. Thank you for that recommendation. I feel like you all know me so well. One of you said, I feel like you would really like Carol Klein and Alice Fowler. And I've never felt so seen in my life. I felt so understood. I was just like, oh my gosh, I love edible gardens. I've probably seen Edible Garden, I don't know, 100 times. I mean, it's one of those that I love having on in the background. I think it's such an inspiring program. I love Alice Fowler. I think she's, that just went right in front of George. I think she's just a really inspiring person, and I really love her style. So that whole show, Edible Garden, was all about how she creates this garden to be both beautiful and productive year-round. And yeah, that definitely inspired me in my cottage garden for sure. To invite lots of edibles all throughout an ornamental garden, for sure. So I'd love to hear any more recommendations that you have. That was just really, really fun to read through, so thank you. Okay, I love this with the, this is a grapevine, and it has all of these little tendrils, but it's kind of hard to remove the branches that were in it, so let's see what we can do here. There we go. Georgie is very interested in what I'm doing. Let's see if I can focus on that. Isn't that pretty? Start a new one. In here, this is a beautiful Japanese teapot from my Nana. Let me try this again. Oh, maybe this is just way too big. I think the red twigs are throwing me off, so I'm not sure that I'm going to use those. It definitely looks like a firework. It's nice to have such a big bouquet and such a happy blend of colors. So I think we'll put it right here. It definitely looks like it's getting its hair blown back, but I think it's quite nice. Maybe I'll move it over a little bit. I think that's brightened up that corner. I think this wants to be tucked behind this one. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a florist. I don't know what I'm doing with flower arranging, but I do think it's really, really fun. And it's really nice to see a big arrangement like that because, let me show you outside. Okay, let's go back to it. just took out the compost. I forgot to film it, and also it's not a very pretty job. But I'm just walking back through the woods towards the house. And you know, I do feel better. I feel better having done some things today. And while in season is so beautiful, it's hard to deny that, you know, this is quite beautiful as well. The snow is beautiful. The snow on the ground, the snow coming down from the sky. And you know, winter is all about hibernation, about rest, and we need that. That's vital. We need it. You know, the garden needs it. We all need it. But, you know, I do find it very, very difficult. I find winter to be a very, very challenging season. And I don't know if this is just me or if any of you have lost someone that you were really close with. And have you found that winter has been harder since then? I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I've definitely found it to be the case that winter is much, much harder. And I think it's just that reminder of endings. And while I'm still figuring it out, I have learned that leaning into the present and seeing what's right here, right now, finding beauty in this moment, in exactly what's going on in front of me, has been life-giving. It is beautiful. Okay, well, I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day or your night, whatever you've been up to. If you want to subscribe, that would be amazing. I just found out today that I hit 10,000 subscribers. That's so amazing. So if you did want to be notified whenever I upload, if you want to join this little gang and hang out together, that would be amazing. And yeah, let me know what kind of content you want to see. If there's any sort of content that you really like to watch, I'd love to hear. And otherwise, have a great day. And I'll see you again very soon, okay? Bye.